Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Striker93 here, and I'm back at a beach you might remember from my last video. It's Newhaven Beach, this time on a fucking gorgeous day. We've had it really lucky today. I've been watching black clouds come over, like all over that way, all day long, and they've luckily just been missing this area. I've been chilling down this area for today. Just for something to do, been riding my new tyres in, which is the topic of today's video. I tried doing this on the bike. I was going really well, and the video was going good, and then some fucking bitch that was sitting in front of me decided to spray the fuck out of me with her window cleaner. Now, I'll tell you what, guys, right? There is nothing I hate more about other drivers, right? When they spray the fuck out of you and they know you're there. This fucked me off, right? She fucking sat there, I was watching her, she sprayed the shit out of me, right? This fucking spray went right fucking up over the car, right into my visor, because it's a lovely day, I ride my visor open, right? And I fucking caned the engine, fucking, and she didn't even look back. She didn't even look in her mirror, right? Now, my engine is hearable just on idle by other cars. In fact, when I go and visit my mum, her house is at least as far away as that fucking big tall slab of metal shit that's sitting up at the top of those stairs, and she can hear me when I pull up, just on idle. Right? So when I cane this engine, fucking everyone can hear me. Right? And this fucking bitch didn't even look back in her mirrors. She fucking knew I was there. She didn't even want to acknowledge what she had just done. Right? So I walked up to her, I drove right fucking next to her, I tapped on her window and said, wind the window down. She was like, what? I said, wind your window down. She locked the door and fucking drove off. I was like, you little cunt. She fucking knew what she had done. She fucking knew. That pisses me off. If I was in a bad mood that day, I would have smashed the fucking window in, I swear to God. I really would have, because I can be fucking... Oh, if I was in a bad mood, honestly, her car would have been fucking trashed, because I don't take kindly to shit like that, especially knowing that she fucking knew I was there. But that's not even the topic of today's story. Actually, I think I got that on video as well, so fuck it, I might upload that and all. Anyway, right, that's not even the topics of today's story, right. So, I went out on Monday and brought myself 2 brand spanking new tyres for my bike. My front and back were both illegal. The tread had gone down to a certain level. It practically balled. My back tyre had a split in it. They were unusable, basically. If I'd have got pulled, I'd have got 6 points on my licence and a grand fine, like that. Okay? So I thought, look, fuck it. I've got to get new tyres, but I can't... I always have a tendency to buy second-hand tyres or part-worns, because I go through tyres so quickly, paying out a ton of money on some brand new tyres isn't ever in my best interest, because it costs so much. For example, alright, I'll dismount the beast. You see, the front and back tyre, okay, we got I think it's 130 by 80 by 18, that's 100 by 90 by 19, okay, 160 quid they cost me. That one alone cost me 100. Ridiculous. But they're said to be really good tyres, apparently. They're very good tyres, so, you know, cross fingers, they last me more than a couple of months. Because I do a lot of miles. But anyway, right, so I was sitting at home and I phoned up this company, this mechanics, and I turned around and went, look, I've got 2 brand new tyres I need fitting. I'm supplying the tyres, all you need to do is fit the tyres yourself. Right? And I phoned them up and they said, right, look, I said, how long will I have to wait until you can do them? Right? And they said, you got to wait until Wednesday, that's the only time we've got a free slot. I said, how much would it cost? They said, 42 quid. I was like, 42 quid? And I explained it. They had to take the tyres, the wheels off, take the rims off, take the old tyres off and put the new tyres back on, and then put the tyres back on again. The wheels back on, sorry. I explained that to them. They said, yeah, 42 quid. I was like, that's pretty fucking good, actually. That's pretty fucking good. And I knew that a place like that would have a tyre machine to do it as well, so it'd be even quicker. So I thought, fuck it, yeah, I'll go for it. Right? Wednesday came, and I pulled up outside their place at 10 o'clock in the morning. Right? And I sat there, wheeled the bike in, turned around to them, went, right, okay, look, right, how long is this going to take? Guy turned around to me and went, Should take about 30 to 40 minutes. I thought, yeah, with a time machine, that sounds about right, you know. Maybe a little bit longer. I'd expect a little bit longer, you know, an hour maybe. I'm fine with that. I'll tell you what, I'll just wait in your office. Now, the picture of this office, right, is 2 chairs, a little desk, and a fat woman constantly sitting behind the desk, wheezing, like fat people do, right? But that's not really a place you want to be spending any long period of time, you know. So 40 minutes goes past. I turn around to the woman and say, look, can you see how long my tyres are going to take? She turned around like, yeah, huffing and puffing. She got up, right? She went out. A few minutes later, she came back in and said, look, it's going to be another 30 to 40 minutes. I was like, right, okay, just over an hour, fair enough, right, I'll wait. 40 minutes went past. I turned around and said, can you go check how long it's going to take? Another 40 minutes has gone. It's been an hour and 20 minutes now. Can you go check how long it's going to take? She turned around and went, right, okay. She came back and said, it's going to take a little while longer. I was like, okay, right. Went round the corner and had a look at the fucking bike, see how well the guy was coming on with it. He had taken my back tyre off, as in the wheel off, and he had just taken the back tyre itself off and was putting a new tyre on. He hadn't done the front, and he hadn't even put the back tyre on, obviously. And I was like, mate, that's just taking you 1 hour and 20 minutes to do. You having a laugh? I was like, alright, look, fuck it. He's almost done that. It's not going to be much longer. The front tyres are piss easy to get out. You know, it'll be easy. So I waited. As I said, I got there at 10, right? 2.5 hours after I got there, the woman comes through and says, alright, it's all done now. You can pay. I was like, fair enough, that's a fucking long time, but alright, I'll pay. So, I said to her, right, how much is this going to cost me? She turned around and went, it's going to cost you 76 quid. I was like, what? She's like, 76 quid. I was like, I ain't paying that. You quoted me 42 over the phone. She was like, oh, did we? Oh, that obviously wasn't with labour and everything. I was like, well, that's what I'm paying. And I did, sure enough. I paid 42 quid. Fuck 76. Jesus Christ, it's putting 2 tyres on. And the fact that they took so long, I know a guy who takes tyres off, right? He does them with 3 bits of wood, in a triangle, right? Puts it on, uses a crowbar and oinks the tyre out. Right? This is the old school method of doing it, but it works. Doesn't damage your rims much. Well, it doesn't really damage them at all. I've never had my rims damaged by it. And it literally would have taken less than 2.5 hours to do. Right? So I was like, right, okay, look, there's your 42 quid, I'm fucking off. So I actually went from here, I was going to go straight up to my old mechanics, which is about maybe a mile maximum up the road. Literally, it's not that far up the road, right, from the other guys. And I turned around and I was driving up there and I thought, fucking hell, this road's a bit bumpy. I was like, mate, hold up, is my tyre wobbling? Maybe they haven't put it on properly. As in the tyre itself, not the tyre, as what I thought originally was the actual wheel itself was maybe a bit off balance. So I thought, fucking hell. Maybe it's just the road. I'll give it a little while. And I was driving. I thought, no, fuck me, no, mate, this is the fucking tyres. So I drove up to the fucking, back down to the garage, right? I turned around to him and went, he said, these tyres are not fitted properly. It's like riding a fucking jackhammer, is what I said. This woman, she got all offended because I said it's like riding a fucking jackhammer. Because in today's world, you can't say, in a quote, it's like riding a fucking jackhammer. You can't say the word fucking, it's offensive. Fucking people, man. So she took offence to that, right? And the manager came out and she turned around and went, look, right, I'll go get the manager about the tyres. I was like, right, okay. Manager comes back out, he says, right, we can take them off and refit them. I was like, what? He said, we can take them off and refit them. I was like, it's just taking 2.5 hours to do that. I'm not fucking doing it. So I went out the building, got on the bike, and was going to fuck off back up to my other mechanic, see if he could do it any quicker. Right? And he turned around, he came out, he's like, look, I don't appreciate you verbally abusing my staff. I was like, I'm not verbally abusing your staff, what are you on about? He said, I stated it's like riding a fucking jackhammer. Alright? And he was like, he started having a go at me. I was like, fuck you, and just fucked off. Went back up to my other mechanic guy and said, look, can you do this any quicker? Alright, what's wrong? I know roughly what was wrong. I thought actually the wheel itself was off balance. Alright, I was like, look, can you do it for me? Because those guys have pissed me off. He said, no. What happened was, right, and I'll show you this, okay? You may not be able to see it on the camera, but in here, right, is a little line. There's a set of lines, right? Now, if these set of lines are equal thickness all the way around, which strangely enough they're still not actually, I've only just noticed they're still not, they're quite thick there, about that thick, and there's barely anything there. But if they're the same thickness all around, right, it means they're fitted to the wheel properly. Well, they weren't. What happened is actually you'd have, about half a centimetre of fucking lines there, and as you went down, they'd just vanish underneath the rim. They were put off so badly, the line literally just vanished. So I was like, fucking hell, and it was on both. It was on the front and the back. So they hadn't fitted the tyres at all correctly. So I was pissed off. I was really pissed off. So I went fucking back, I stormed fucking back and said, look, you're doing my tyres again. I've paid you for it, you're fucking doing them. She said, alright, fair enough. Left my keys with them and I fucked off back home. Right? Now, I probably left my bike with them at about literally maximum of 1 o'clock. Because I left there at 12:30. Right? So it was maximum of 1 o'clock. Right? And I went out with a friend to kill some time. I get a call at 3:21 telling me my tyres are done. That's another 2.5 hours almost. Right? So I was like, fucking hell. It's taken 2.5 hours. Because all they needed to do was just hyperinflate it. Right? Take the fucking valve out and just fucking cram it full of air so it pops back onto the rim properly. That's all they needed to do. It took 2.5 fucking hours to do it though. So I was like, fucking hell. I went over there, right? Fucking the guy who originally done my tyres came out to me. He said, look mate, I'm really sorry about this. He said, we just seated them wrong and everything. And then he turned around to me and said this. I was like, mate, you had no idea how fucking pissed I was inside when he turned around and said it. Right? He was like, don't worry mate, 2 of our guys have ridden your bike to make sure they're put on properly. And my face just dropped and I went, you what? He went, 2 of my guys have just ridden your bike to see if they're on properly. I was like, well, I'm not fucking happy about that. He's like, why not? He says, well, I said sorry. I turned around and said, you never said you were going to ride my bike. And 2, I don't fucking like other people riding my bike, especially when I'm not there and I've not given them permission to do so. Right? This is my bike. The reason why I'm like that way is because I know for a fact those mechanics are not going to have the same fucking respect for my vehicle as I do. Fuck off, front brake. Listen to that. Fucking pistons jamming on me. They're not going to have the same respect for my bike as I do. Right? And I know for a fact they fucking caned it and all, because I fucking know what my exhaust and engine sounds like when it's been caned. So I know they caned it. Right? And then I realised, as you can see up front, they broke my fucking left indicator as well. It was hanging off whilst I was riding down the road. I was like, you fucking cunts. Sorry, I'm going because there's a black fucking cloud coming over. So they took like 5.5 hours, right? Well, actually, they took 6. Yeah, 5.5 hours, sorry, yes. To do 2 tyres, right? They caned my bike in the process. Alright, and they broke my fucking indicator. Alright? Then they tried to overcharge me as well. And they wasted effectively my entire fucking day because of their stupid fucking cock-up being incapable to even put on a fucking tyre. So yeah, it's safe to say I was pretty fucking pissed off. Jesus, man, I'm gonna have to head home real quick, like, because these clouds are everywhere. But yeah, anyway, so like, they fucking just royally pissed me off that day. And I thought I'd share that, because it's not often little stories like that happen to me. Normally, it's the weather that fucks me over, not people. Because normally I don't let people fuck me over. I have a tendency to fuck them over straight afterwards. But yeah, I wasn't very happy. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it to it because I'm going to fucking cane it back home so my newly polished bike doesn't get fucking wet. And I'll catch you guys later.